Welcome to another episode of the CattleUSA Daily Podcast. Today we are bringing you back another Monday weather episode with Gary Lezak and the Weather 2020 team, bringing you guys some drought talk today, what we're seeing with rainfall, predictions for some summer heat waves, talk about the rest of spring, what we're going to be seeing, what we're thinking there as far as that prediction models go, and just the breakdown of the weather cycle and what cycle we're on, what we're looking at, all of that fun jazz. And as always, Gary and I recorded this on Friday, so we're bringing you guys that Friday energy to hopefully get you guys started on your Monday off on a good note. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode with Gary. Gary, happy Friday. It's Friday. We're loving it.
Is it really Friday?
It's Friday. It is. It's
I know,
crazy.
but this is airing on Monday.
It is airing on Monday. It's Friday for us, though.
I know we'll be in really good moods for Monday.
Yes, I love it. Love it. I love it. Well, you have something to say. What's your inspirational quote?
Well, my it's not a quote. It's like, have you read The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz ever?
I've not.
You have ever even heard of it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I need to go read it, apparently.
There's honestly, this is like 10 segments worth of content. But
yeah.
The first thing, his four agreements, this is really how to be happy in this world, is 1, be impeccable with your word. 2, don't make assumptions. 3, don't take things personally. And number 4, always be at your best. And you and I were talking before the show about how you've had a hard week. And I said, did you do your best? And you go, yeah, I really did my best. Yay! That's the final one, because all you can do is your best. When somebody says, I'm going to give my 120%, 110%, I'm like, no, you're not. The most you can give is 100%. When an athlete goes, I gave 110%. That's probably why you failed. You went too much. You did too much. But that's the last agreement. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And impeccable means without sin. In other words, don't lie to yourself or others, okay? Just tell the truth. Sometimes it's hard to do, okay? And the easiest thing to do is look in the mirror and tell yourself, oh, I love you, to yourself. Don't lie, because you better love yourself, okay? Okay, and that's a hard thing for all of us to do. And then we lie to ourselves all the time. Being impeccable with your word, without sin, without lying to yourself. Try. Watch you go through the day and watch what you do to yourself. You say mean things to yourself. Oh, you're so stupid. What? How? That's what you tell yourself? You're so stupid? We can do that daily. What a horrible thing to do to yourself. So the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. So that's where we'll start, and we'll go over the assumptions and the don't take things personally, because I have a problem. I take things personally all the time, and then I have this look on my face, and it leaves me vulnerable, very vulnerable. Anyway, that's my inspirational first start to the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. We'll spend another hour on it.
I'm going to go read it. I love it. I am here for that.
Book. It's a short book.
Even better. I love that. It's, short attention
like 100
spans.
pages. Yeah, you'll love it.
Straight and to the point. See, some books these days, here's my issue with the personal development book space right now, right? I read a lot of them. I love them. I'm a big fan of them, have been for years. Some of them need to be 100-page books, and they're 300. I'm like, we could have condensed this, guys.
Yeah,
let's get to the point.
Read the Four Agreements. It's a short book, and it'll blow your mind away, and we can go over it maybe next week.
I love it. Absolutely. Well, what's happening in the weather, Gary?
The weather is absolutely fascinating, all right? And I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best at the weather, okay? And so that's all I can do. The weather pattern is cycling. It's cycling regularly. It's absolutely fascinating. A storm is coming in right now. Here we are. This is airing on Monday, and there's a storm coming in with a severe weather risk. Do you know what's amazing? Kansas City is the target for Sunday night or Monday night right now. And what happened in the first cycle of this year's pattern And when we talk about the LRC, no matter how much you buy into it and learn more about it, it absolutely is a major scientific discovery. And so what is the LRC? The pattern sets up in October and November. The first cycle happens, and then the pattern repeats over and over again. If there's a major storm, and I can show it to you on the upper level wind flow and at the surface, and it's impacting, the chance of a major storm being there in the second cycle, the third cycle, the fourth cycle, the fifth cycle, or right now in the sixth cycle is very high. The pattern is nearly 100% accurate in cycling. Predicting the weather for each location is difficult. So my point is, in the first cycle, on October the 24th, there was a severe weather localized outbreak right over Kansas City. The north side of the city, between Kansas City at the airport to Topeka, Kansas, and not the south side. It sort of just missed the south side. In fact, the south side hardly got any rain at all. About an inch of rain fell at KCI Airport, October 24th. This year, by December, by the end of December, early January, we've been showcasing that it's a 41-day cycle, 40 to 42, centered on 41, and really broadly in the range of 38 to 44 days. So 41 days. What is May 18th? Coming up on Sunday, May 19th today, that we're talking, compared to October 24th. It is 205 days later. Five cycles, 41 times 5 exactly. So this severe weather setup and outbreak that's going to happen. Will Kansas City get hit again? Probably. Let's see what happens. But this is right on schedule. It's the May version. So, of course, there's a significant severe weather risk right now. And then that's going to blow on by. So my point is the pattern is cycling. So, yes, we're going to have some severe weather. Northern Missouri suddenly popped up into the drought monitor as a D1, D2 drought developing. So we're expecting about 2 inches of rain in northern Missouri today and from last night into the next couple of days. And that would probably wipe out that drought that's starting to develop. Kansas had a whole bunch of rain a week ago. And now this storm sort of blowing by dry. We are still predicting the phase 1 part of the LRC to return around the last week of May into the first 2 weeks of June. We've said this in every report. Not only is the weather pattern cycling, what I say continues to cycle over and over again. We tend to say the same things. It's not like other forecasts where you hear major heat waves, and then you say no heat waves. You know, they go all over the place. The other forecasts go all over the place, whereas we are a consistent message. Lauren, I want no drought. So I tend to try to be optimistic. But there will be areas that struggle with dry conditions and some crops may fail. Overall in the Corn Belt, I think we're going to be fine for the season. But there will be some areas, Kansas and Nebraska, we're going to watch. Okay, maybe that's only 10 or 20% of the Corn Belt, but a 10 or 20% failure would still impact corn prices, right? And soybean prices and wheat prices, etc. I don't expect widespread failure, so maybe it's only a 5% or 10% impact on the corn prices. But just know these are the things that we're discussing and going over. That's my opening statement.
Yes, a great opening statement, if I do say so myself. As far as drought conditions go, what we're going to kind of be seeing, what do we want to dive into today specifically on? In today's cattle business, efficiency isn't just a goal, it is a necessity. Here at CattleUSA, we are excited to partner with MJE Livestock Equipment. They design working facilities that streamline your operation, reduce labor costs, and enhance herd health. Their modular systems are built to adapt as your ranch grows, ensuring long-term value and durability. Invest in equipment that works as hard as you do. Visit mjelivestockequipment.com to learn more today.
Well, just as I said, the northern Missouri area, again, they just popped out it's been dry. Kansas City, until right now, as of when we're recording this on Friday, had 58 hundredths of an inch of rain in May. And now that it's been into the east, we're getting a lot of what's called transpiration. Oh my gosh, tough word. What's happening is it's drying out. 58 hundredths of an inch of rain. The average for the whole month of May is 5.32. So Kansas City needs 5 inches of rain in the last 2 weeks just to get to average. Now, it very well may do that. And tonight's a chance of thunderstorms. Last time we had some rain and thunderstorms and severe weather. So it's starting to happen. But there's going to be some concern areas for drought. Most of Nebraska is looking better right now for the next few weeks, so we'll see. But we're still concerned about a few spots.
Yes, for sure. As we look out into the next couple weeks, what are some highlight things that we're seeing as far as the cycling patterns go, as far as just weather prediction all around? What are we kind of seeing?
What happens, there's a reason why the end of May and early June is climatologically, that means on average, climatologically, the wettest time of the year. So in many spots in Nebraska and Kansas, in Missouri and Iowa. The reason for that is the jet stream has yet to retreat north for summer. Summer settles in around June 20th. That's the first day of summer. Severe weather season, tornado season typically ends towards the end of June. There's still severe weather during the summer. The probability of tornadoes goes down because there isn't as much wind aloft. So before the jet stream shifts north, May and June, there's enough flow and the humidity is increasing because the longer days and the storms are getting a little bit weaker. So all of a sudden, little disturbances that in January may produce high clouds, in late May and June will produce thunderstorms. So there's a big difference there. So that's why we're going into that climatological wettest time of the year. And it happens to be coinciding with that phase 1 of the LRC where it has been wetter. So that's why we've been saying late May, first half of June is when it's going to get wetter. So the pressure's on northern Missouri, the pressure's on Kansas, and the pressure's on southern Nebraska, western Nebraska, where it's been drier, to get hit before summer gets here. If it does not, then we have an expanding drought. And remember, I always say droughts are either expanding or shrinking. So right now, something popped up over Missouri, so a slight expansion. We need to nip that right now in the bud and get it over with. So we have an opportunity to do that before summer gets here.
Are we still thinking that we're going to be seeing an abnormally wet summer for the most parts of the Midwest, or we're thinking dry now?
I don't know if we're thinking dry. Abnormally wet is unlikely because it hasn't been abnormally wet. It's been near average in many spots, a little bit below in some and a little bit above in others, but the very wet has not happened. So the odds of that happening during the summer is low also. And during the summer, near average rainfall isn't enough. So if you don't have irrigation, there's going to be problems. Because you need, when it gets up to near 90, number one, you start having a diseased environment. And number two, you need about 2 inches of liquid water per week just to keep everything irrigated properly. So 2 inches of liquid per week, but you only average 4 inches of rain in July. That means you only average 1 inch of liquid. So if you're not above average, you're going to still struggle for moisture just a bit.
Yeah, for sure. What are we looking at on heat waves as far as all of that goes, temperature wise, that we're going to be seeing this summer?
I do think there will be some heat stress and a couple of heat waves. I don't think they'll be long lasting unless you're over South Texas. You know, Texas obviously often does have longer heat waves than everywhere else. But we'll just have to see if it's going to develop into a longer duration one. I still haven't done that summer analysis, but I promise all of you in the next couple of weeks, I'll have that ready to go.
Yes, for sure. Any other highs, lows, anything else we need to hit on today?
Just be impeccable with your word. All right? Love yourself, enjoy life, and don't lie to yourself or others. Not easy to do. Let me tell you, no one does it. We all lie to ourselves.
Yes, I lied to myself this morning when I said I was going to get out of bed on my first alarm, and then I hit snooze. So, I mean, we're all imperfect people. So
I know.
Don't lie to yourself, but give yourself grace.
I've been getting up every morning at 1:30 or 2, and the only thing to do is I haven't pushed snooze once. I've been, I just bounce out of bed.
Yes.
Back in 1986, 1988, when I first started my career, I looked up the word bumptious. Just get up with a bumptious feeling. Just boom, bounce out of bed. Bumptious is a real word.
Yes, I need to get back to that because I used to get out of bed with like a bumptious attitude, right?
Yep.
Like that first alarm hit and I was up, I was going, I was cranking the music, and nowadays I get enough sleep. Like I'm in bed by 9 o'clock most nights. I'm kind of an old hen over here, and I don't get up with as much of a bumptious attitude these days. So when that 5:30, 6 o'clock alarm hits, I need to be bumptious. That's going to be my word for the week. My husband's going to listen to this and he's going to be like, "Are you bumptious?"
I'm going to look at the definition real quick. Okay. Bumptious. Let's see here. Self-assertive or proud to an irritating degree. So in other words, I'm getting up.
Yes, that's the type of energy I need in the mornings. So, those hatch alarm clocks, the like sunrise alarm clocks? I don't have one, but I know someone that does. There's a alarm on there that you can like set in your app that's pretty much just like a person talking, and they say like, "Get out of bed, you sexy animal," like, and they're like bumptious about it, and it is the funniest thing ever. And I'm like, maybe I need to change my like morning thing to someone who's yelling at me in a very bumptious attitude, and then I'll be bumptious.
Excellent. I'll record one for you. Lauren, it's time to get up right now. Get up. It's Monday.
I'm gonna need that 1,000%. I definitely need that, and I'm making that A, your ringtone on my phone, and B, my alarm for the mornings of Gary just yelling in a very bumptious attitude.
I don't want to yell.
Okay, just excitingly saying in a bumptious way.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
I'll work on it.
Yes, perfect. All right. Well, Gary, as always, thank you for your time today. To all of you listeners out there, make sure you check out the show notes. We've got that Weather 2020 exclusive link for you guys. If you are a farmer or rancher listening to this and you're like, I'm a little bit worried about what's coming, I need to watch this drought, all of those things, get that Weather 2020 dashboard. Those long-term predictions are going to be great for you guys going into summer, going into these fall months, especially planning harvest, planning what you're going to be doing over the summer months. All of that jazz. It is going to be a great tool for you. So make sure you check out our exclusive CattleUSA partnership link that is going to be down in the show notes for you guys. And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, rate, review if you had a good time with us today. We would appreciate all the love. And we will see you all tomorrow on another episode. We hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see ya.